What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and today I'm here with my third Q&A, episode 150. I'm super excited, so let's just hop into it, shall we? I've got my handy dandy little notes here, so I'm going to be reading off as I go, questions and answers. So the first question, how are you? I'm actually doing really good. So let me know if you guys would like a video of me reacting to how I was doing and how I was feeling in previous videos, because I think it's interesting to look back and see pre-pregnancy Sydney, during pregnancy Sydney, which was probably like the worst, and then after, and how I've just kind of blossomed. It wouldn't be that long of a video if I did it though. I feel like I would go pretty quick, but I don't know, that might be interesting since there's been 150 episodes now. I feel like it would be a good time to do it. But let me know. What are you currently learning? So mainly I've been focusing on sustainability. So kind of two different realms of sustainability, eco-friendliness, all of that. Like the impact certain materials have, the impact that like really everything in life has on the environment and the ecosystem, and then also like self-sufficiency version of sustainability, which is like survival skills, prepping, and the two are very similar. And I'm currently reading, let me grab it, The Prism of Lyra. I have lots of books. I'm turning into a bookworm. I used to be when I was younger, and now I'm back at the book. So I'm currently reading this. It's about galactic history. It's amazing. So far, I agree with everything that I've read. But I also have The New Human, which I'm going to read next, and a couple books on Greek mythology. And I love Marie Antoinette, so I have some Marie Antoinette books. As well as some astrology books, which I'm not that into anymore, but I like to have them, and the Bible and the Quran I want to read. That's what's on my list. Recently, I've been like getting more into karma, relationship karma, like I did a video on, and interpreting dreams, and I've just been asking my higher self about some weird things. Oh man, my phone just fell. But anyways, I've been asking my higher self because my intuition has been telling me things really throughout my life, and I've been just listening to my intuition more on pretty weird things like the gray Zeta aliens from the Zeta Articuli, as well as like the moon. I've been diving down that rabbit hole. Not the moon landing, like the moon in general, okay? And if it's siphoning our energy or not. So that's what I've been learning currently. And I've been researching like other cultures more. I've always been very into that. I was very into writing down all these places that I wanted to travel to, and I still do that. But now I like just like kind of watching documentaries on other countries and the people who live in these small off-grid communities, especially, who are self-sufficient, because I strive for that self-sufficiency. All right, what's the thing you want to do most? Be self-sufficient. If I had to sum it up, that's what it would be, but also like world peace. And it sounds cliche, but I mean it. Really, world peace. I was just talking to someone the other day about how if I could go to all of these countries and be like, hey, truce, world peace, let's stop the wars, let's talk it out, I would totally do that. But yeah, what I want to do, more of this, and I want to eventually speak at events. And I'm really looking into actually talking to my old high school principal about going and talking to the current students about young pregnancy and relationships and life after you graduate and all of that, because I would have appreciated if someone just a couple years older than me came to talk to me at my small alternative high school in a setting that was in person, in small groups, not like a big speech in front of everyone, but like individual groups where I can talk to the students. I would really like to do that. And then I would also like to talk at events about things I talk about on YouTube, like spirituality and philosophy and, you know, raising vibrations and ascension symptoms and all of that. Yeah, my real dream is to like live off grid in peace with nature and be self-sufficient. But if the world is still kind of how it is today, by the time that I have the resources that I need to do that, if the world's not set up in a way that we can all live peacefully, and I have a form of currency like money, if that's still around, then I would really like to open up foster homes, animal shelters, homeless shelters, rehabs, like recovery programs and safe houses for youth, for anyone, ET contact safe houses. Like I would just like communities set up all over the globe, where all of these centers are close together, so the kids can go play with the animals, and like it can just be like a small community built around bettering these communities and have them all over, and that would also help raise the vibration. So that's my dream. What is my purpose? To exist, to just be, to experience. We're all just meant to experience, okay? This is an experience. We are the universe playing out the human. Our soul is currently in a human experience because that's what we wanted to experience. It's all about the experience, you know, expressing ourselves in 3D, to do whatever the heck that we want, right? But what I came here to do is like help integrate this higher vibrational energy down into Earth to help awaken Earth, because Earth is already in this high vibe. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little tangent right now. Earth is already in this high vibration. If you go outside, that can be proven to you, because if Earth was in a lower vibration, we would feel not as good when we go outside. But when we go outside, we feel better because Earth is in a high vibration. So we as humans need to match that vibration, or else we're no longer going to be able to physically keep incarnating in these bodies on this planet Earth, Mother Terra, which Earth is currently in right now. I feel like Earth was Earth, now it's Terra, which is like this new vibration. And then once the humans kind of integrate this higher dimensional energy, higher vibration into ourselves, then this new Earth, this new Gaia, will be referred to as Gaia. I feel like everyone talks about Earth and Gaia, but no one mentions Earth. No one calls our planet Terra, which I feel like is the name that suits her best right now, currently. Yeah, and I feel like that's why everyone's getting sick. That's why we have all these health issues right now, is because our bodies are not in this high vibration that the planet is in. We're not a match for each other. So that's why we have these physical ailments in our bodies, okay? Because vibrationally, scientifically, we're just not a match for each other. So we need to raise our vibration to match the vibration of Earth. Okay, that was a lot. What got you interested in the craft? I don't know. I've really just always been interested in it, honestly. I've always been intrigued by it, and just acting on my interests and what I was intrigued in is how I got into it. You know, I've always just naturally been into it, but I acted on that feeling. That's how we get into all of our passions. That's how we find our purpose, is acting on what we're interested in. And researching, okay? I did a lot of research. I still do research. I'm just talking to my brother about this the other day. I was like, I just absorb knowledge. I'm a nerd now, and it's okay. I embrace it. I just absorb knowledge because I love it. About the things that I'm interested in, okay? Like universal things, worldly things, earthly things, right? Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, when I was younger, I used to channel dead people, passed away loved ones. And I would connect with that realm. And now I connect more with like galactic ET spirit beings, because I think that's just what I resonate with more easily now, okay? And going to a medium when I was in middle school really helped. A psychic medium really helped me understand that, like, I'm not crazy, you know, it's just my intuition that I'm feeling. So I guess that's how I got into it. There were lots of questions asking how old I am, and like, aren't I too old for tattoos, and what do my tattoos mean? So I figured I'd kind of group these questions together. So I'm 20. I started my channel when I was 17, so I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Like I said, episode 150. I do a Q&A every 50 episodes. There's 52 weeks in a year. I post usually 1 video a week. That's like my schedule. So it's been almost 3 years now that I've been doing YouTube. I'm 20 years old. And I started getting tattoos when I was 17, so just these little, I only have a few, just these little hand tattoos, and then some on my wrists, and that's literally it. Just 10 little ones. But the reason I only have like 10 little ones is because, one, I started getting tattoos when I was 17, and I love my hand tattoos. If I could go back, I wouldn't do anything different. But I do wish I had more, just so it wasn't like, oh, just little hand tattoos, because I feel like you don't get hand tattoos until more of your body's covered, but oh well. I plan on being much more covered. I just got pregnant like right after I turned 18, and I'm still breastfeeding, so I haven't had the time as an adult to go get tattoos yet. But I would love more. So, oh yeah, I'm not really gonna explain the meanings. There's like other videos if you watch them. At the end of my Western astrology video, I explain my first ones, and then my vibrational frequencies video, and my like star seeds in the events video, and then my turning 18 video. At the end of all those, I explain the tattoos I got that week. What's your Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? I want to contact you. So the best way to contact me is my email. I'll put it up on the screen. All of my like contact information and social media and all of that is always in the description of my videos, any video. So if you just scroll down to the description, you'll find it. My Instagram is @SidAlexandria. My Facebook page is Sid Alexandria, or @SidAlexandria on YouTube. You can like the page. And then my TikTok is @SidAlexandria. It's called Sid Alexandria on YouTube. And then I have an Etsy shop as well, Sid Alexandria Egypt. Alright, what's your favorite crystal and why? So, I do love crystals. I have like a decent amount of crystals, but I don't plan on getting any more or purchasing any more myself, because I do not support the mining of crystals from the earth. Intuitively, I'm about consent, and the crystals want to stay in the earth. Yes, you can get consent if you go to a crystal shop and you just know this crystal wants to come home with you. That's easy to get that consent. It doesn't want to be at the crystal shop. It wants to help someone since it's already out of the earth. But if you go back through that supply chain before they took it out of the earth, did it want to leave? Probably not. That's my opinion. But my favorite crystals, lapis lazuli is definitely my favorite because Egypt. And I also really like aquamarine because I feel like it has a connection to the Syrian star system, Sirius. I love Sirius. And sodalite and malachite I really like, just because. And I've heard lots of great things about Lemurian crystals, but I've never had one, so I can't really speak on it yet. What's your favorite moon phase? So it used to be new moon, but I do not give my power to the moon anymore. I have liberated myself from the moon, which sounds weird, but the moon is hyped up. And this is one of the things I've been getting into more recently, just being careful what I give my energy to. And yes, you can give your energy to the moon. That's very, very common to do in the spiritual community. And part of me is not sure why, but then the other part of me knows exactly why. And that's because it's siphoning our energy. That's my opinion. Ask yourself, trust yourself. Yeah, I no longer pay attention to the moon or the moon phases. Use your discernment, okay? That's my advice. Do you think we can get glimpses of the future in our dreams? Yes, absolutely. So if I didn't have a personal experience, I might think otherwise, but I've had an experience in 4th grade when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I think. Yeah, 8 or 9 years old in 4th grade, and I had a dream. I've thought about making a video on this. I definitely might, but I'll tell you guys real quick because I think it's super interesting and it was very weird, and you might think I'm just like imagining it, but no, this happened. I was freaked out, and it was so weird because I had this dream of just this sort of normal day at school, but the thing that stood out though was that we had a substitute gym teacher that day, and he came to our like homeroom classroom to walk us to the gym. I don't know how other schools do it, but the schools that I went to growing up, our teachers never came to walk us to our next class. Like, we walked down ourselves to the class. We did not have the gym teacher come into our classroom to be like, hey, it's time for gym. No, we went to the gym when it was time for gym. We didn't need the teacher coming to our class and walking us to the gym. That was super weird. That happened in my dream, and it happened the next day at school. So yeah, it was crazy. I just had like a total precognition of my whole next day at school. And then once we were in gym class, I told my best friend, like, hey, I had this weird dream, and you're not gonna believe me, but this girl's about to tie her shoe. And then she did. She tied her shoe right after I said that, and I was like, believe me or don't believe me, but it was pretty weird. So yeah, I definitely think so. And I don't think like it always has to be like a whole specific day. It's probably more through symbolism if you get precognitions in your dreams. I have a video on like a warning dream. I'll leave that in the description of this video because that's very cool. Like, you're probably going to get messages through symbolism in dreams, not a whole precognition of a day. And it's probably going to be about something important, not like when a girl's going to tie her shoe. I'm not sure why that happened to me. I think it was just to help wake me up more, I guess. That's my only explanation. Is deja vu feeling a memory? The short answer is yes. It's a memory from somewhere, if that makes sense. This question is regarding period underwear. Will they leak? The short answer is no. Like, they shouldn't. They're like pads or tampons. Like, those can leak too sometimes, but in my opinion they work better than those, and you can change them multiple times a day if you need to, depending on your flow. They have different absorbency levels, and they have some for like bladder leaks too, so I highly recommend. 10 out of 10 do recommend. Okay, did it really move on its own? This is referring to my pendulum and my rods, my copper pendulum and my copper rods. So I mean, I wasn't moving them. Like, they weren't moving like on their own, like someone was moving them, but yeah, like I wasn't moving them. So I mean, yes, based on your question, like, yeah, they moved on their own, but someone was doing it. One of my spirit guides was doing it, okay? It wasn't me. Get a copper pendulum or copper rods and try it for yourself. You'll be mind blown, I promise you. Like, it's literally the answer to any yes or no question, and it's mind-boggling. So try it for yourself. Use it for good, please. Don't take advantage of it. The what are coming soon. So I used to say at the end of every single video, the hybrid children are coming soon, because they're coming soon, okay? That's like one of my major passions in life, is the hybrid program and hybrid children. And if you're not sure what that is, check out my channel. But the what are coming soon, the hybrid children, the human and extraterrestrial hybrid children. Okay, and that might sound totally crazy, but once again, ask yourself. Ask within yourself and you'll find out, okay? These kids, they're living on spaceships or other planets right now, and I feel like they're just waiting for us to awaken more, raise our vibration, match the vibration of Earth, match their vibration more, so they can come down. What about people who think they are hybrids on Earth? We're all hybrids, aren't we? We're all like ape and alien hybrids. So, I mean, we're all hybrids. And I think there might be people with more ET DNA. That might be kind of what they're tapping into when they say they're a hybrid. Maybe they're just embracing that we all are. But the people who think, you know, they're, I guess, special and different from others because of this, or that they have more, or they really just feel like they're like one of the first hybrids on Earth, that very well could be, but those are not the hybrids that I normally talk about. So I don't have much to say about it. Question about karma, explaining how in Hinduism and Buddhism, karma is the sum of a person's actions in this life and previous states of existence, viewing as deciding their fate in future existences, and asking what experience do I have studying either Buddhism or Hinduism. So I actually have experience researching both, not a ton, but I definitely honor and respect both. However, the karma that I was talking about in my recent video on karmic relationships, however you want to say it, it's not the karma that's all about what goes around comes around and karma from just individual karma. That's what I call individual karma, is karma from like your past lives determining your future lives. I believe in free will. I feel like we agree to these lives, but that's a totally other topic. I do believe in that karma. I call that individual karma. I call that soul karma. What I was talking about in one of my recent videos was relationship karma, which is more like unfinished business between people, unsaid emotions, things that aren't aired out within your relationships with other people. That might be romantic, that might be family, that might be friends, what have you. Just any type of relationship, because we all have a relationship with everyone, and unsaid emotions, unfinished business, kind of like what people say, you know, about ghosts. Unfinished business is karma too. Okay. Do you have any idea when this is all supposed to happen, referring to an apocalyptic situation? So, sometime in my lifetime. That's my answer. You know, I feel like the majority of people on Earth right now, humans on Earth, secretly want something like this to happen. That's just the hard truth. What about you? Comment down below. Do you secretly want something like this to happen? Or not so secretly? It might sound insensitive, but I feel like there's some people who just don't want that, and maybe we're gonna wait until those people pass and then maybe it's gonna happen. So that might be in a year, that might be in 50 years. If I had to guess, I would say sometime between 5 and 20 years down the line, something like that will happen. But if you look at the world now, we're pretty darn close to something like that already happening. So are we already in it? Who knows? You're probably naturally skilled at this, referring to planning, because you're a Virgo rising, right? Yes, I am a Virgo rising using Western astrology. And I am a huge planner. I wrote so many notes for this video. When I was younger, I used to plan out what I wanted my future house to look like, and my future family and wedding and all that. And now I just kind of add to my list of places I want to go and survival prepper stuff, things like that. I still love planning. I've just embraced that what I plan usually doesn't happen, so I'm more of go with the flow now and planning things that I know will be useful, and having not really any expectations, but still manifesting certain things. I think I was a huge manifester when I was younger, when I was planning, and I didn't even realize what I was doing. But it worked. What star sign are you from? This is probably my most asked question, and I feel like I answered it in my other 2 Q&As too, and if I end up answering it in every Q&A, that's fine by me, because it's a good talking point, asking this question, because I feel like when people ask this, they're expecting you to say one zodiac sign, which is probably your Western sun sign. But using Western astrology, I'm a Sagittarius sun, Aquarius moon, Virgo rising, like we already said. Using Vedic astrology, I am a Scorpio sun, Capricorn moon, Leo rising. And using Draconic astrology, I am a Virgo sun, Scorpio moon, Gemini rising. So those are my big 9. People say they're big 3. I say my big 9. I could get into the deacons and dawads for all of those, but I won't for the sake of your ears. I'm a Sag Scorpio cusp baby, short answer, but like I am such a mutt astrology wise. There's so many zodiac signs within me and within us all, but I'm a mutt. Why are there less draconic astrology videos if they're so important? So I don't know if this is asking about on YouTube in general or on my channel specifically, but on YouTube in general, there's less draconic astrology videos because it's not widely known. I wrote some good notes about my response to this question, so let me read it real quick. Yeah, Western just became the norm, and now Vedic is finally starting to get more mainstream attention, but draconic is just like too far out there for people, I guess, to dive deep into like I did. I had to dive deep into like astrology chart websites to find draconic astrology, and then I just really resonated with it. So that's why I talk about it on my channel a little bit, and I just think it's hard for people to find, you know? It's either Western, tropical, or sidereal Vedic astrology. Like, people don't know that draconic astrology is an option unless they have done the research into it and found the name, and then searched the name, and then maybe found my YouTube videos. But I don't talk about it that much on my channel because I don't talk about astrology that much on my channel. Trust me, I have like a lot of videos on it, and I will continue to make astrology videos when I feel called to do so. But the reason draconic astrology isn't in the title of all of those astrology videos that use the 12 zodiac signs, or like the 13 if you're into that, like my videos on aspects and deacons and dawads and asteroids, and my Western astrology video and my Vedic astrology video about harmonic placements. Like, you can use all of those videos for draconic astrology. They're all Western, Vedic, and draconic astrology friendly, okay? Because any video on like the 12 sign astrology, like one of these major forms of astrology that's not Egyptian, Mayan, Celtic, Native American, Tibetan, or Chinese, like you can use those videos for draconic too. I just didn't put it in the title of the video because, like, you know, titles can only be so long. Yeah, I haven't been super into astrology lately, except the past couple weeks I posted astrology videos just because I was like, oh, I didn't do a video on this, I should do a video on this. But I've just embraced free will a bit more. I still dive deep into astrology every once in a while though. I think it's a good tool, but once you understand it, you're like, wow, there's so many other important things in life that I want to learn too. I've just been focusing on other things lately, short answer. Do you think septiles in a natal chart or even synastry may indicate experiences in other dimensions? Yes, 100% they can totally indicate that. What's the difference between traditional versus pharaoh zodiac signs? So this is about Egyptian astrology, pre-Greek influence and post-Greek influence. And if you're wondering, I love both of them. What are your favorite YouTube channels and why? So this might be a little lengthy. So Bridget Nielsen. Immediately, Bridget Nielsen, I gotta say her first. She is who inspired me. I feel like YouTubers have like a certain niche, a certain topic they always talk about, whether it be just astrology or just aliens or just philosophy, but I'm into all of them. So I love Bridget, and she is who like confirmed that yes, like the hybrid program is real. Hybrid children are real. I'm not totally bonkers. Lorie Ladd. I also love her because after I had a meditative experience where I felt like I was under Mount Shasta, I researched Mount Shasta because I really didn't know what it was. Like, I knew it was a mountain. I didn't know where it was. Turns out it's in California, and it's a chakra point of the earth, and other people have experiences of astral traveling there as well. So that's how I found Lorie Ladd. Bridget, Lorie, and Allison Coe. Okay, so those are, if I had to pick like my top 3 back in the day, who I used to watch years ago and who I still watch, it's probably them, because Allison Coe is a quantum healing hypnosis technician. Okay, she does QHHT, past life regression higher self hypnosis therapy for people, and she posts videos of these sessions she does for clients, and as a QHHT practitioner myself, I love it. And then Dakota Dakota of Earth, he's amazing. I love his videos. He travels a lot. He's into spirituality and philosophy, and I think his videos are really interesting. Stephi I've been watching for a long time too. We're kind of going in order of how I discovered these people, when I discovered these people. Stephi Lee's into spirituality and philosophy. She does travel videos, and I love her vibe. And then Gabe Salomon, I used to watch, and I still do every once in a while. He talks about ETs, and he's super interesting. And Stargirl, the Practical Witch, I don't resonate with as much anymore, but I love her. I always will. She's a Sag sun, Aquarius moon, Scorpio sun, Capricorn moon too, just like me. And that's like super rare to have like the same sun and moon sign as someone in Western and Vedic astrology. There's less than a 1% chance. So I think that's super interesting. And I was just very into her when I was more into astrology and tarot and all of that, but she's super cool. Same with the Gem Goddess. Don't watch her as much now, but like love her channel. Jessica from Behati Life is also amazing. I used to watch her a lot. I still do every once in a while. She's into all the witchy stuff, law of attraction, all of that. Teal, Swan, and Infinite Waters, Diving Deep with Ralph Smart. You know, they're OG spiritual YouTube channels. They're great. I watch them every once in a while. I appreciate them. And then Universe Inside You, and After Skool, SKOOL. And History. The History channel's YouTube is just called History in all caps. Those 3 channels are amazing. Yeah, so amazing. And then people that I like that are into astrology that I don't watch that much anymore, but top 3 astrology channels. Joni Patry is my favorite. Okay, Joni Patry. She's a Vedic astrologer. But then also Astrokit is amazing. She was into Western, now she's into Vedic. Love to see it. And then Heather Ensworth. She's amazing, okay? Very wise. And then, oh my gosh, I almost forgot about Modern Spirituality. The channel is called Modern Spirituality. They don't post these starseed videos anymore, like diving into, they channeled all of these different star races years ago and posted YouTube videos about it. And their names are Sam and Taylor. They're amazing. Now all of those videos are deleted, and I want to know why. I'm so invested. I love them. Those videos were so amazing. So I gotta shout them out, but they don't post stuff like that anymore. Check them out though. They use the hashtag #HelloStarseed. I know that. And then Debbie Solaris, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I'll leave all of these people's names in the description of this video. Debbie is wonderful. She's into galactic history, okay? She reads people's Akashic records and tells them their past lives as humans or usually extraterrestrials. And she's so amazing. She just posts sessions of like sessions that she does for clients, and it's so interesting to hear about the galactic history through her reading. She also does other readings, but that's what she's most well known for because it's so unique, and I love that. And then recently I have really liked Jocelyn Dare, I think is how you say her last name. It's probably such a simple name to pronounce, but I hate mispronouncing people's names. You might recognize Jocelyn from Bridget, as well as Katherine Live. They're like friends, and I love them. Oh, and also leeor Alexandra. She is great. Close name to mine, but I'm Alexandria. I love those girls as well. Jocelyn is the girl I took the relaxed and embodied course from, about the vagus nerve connecting to your throat, your heart, and your womb, which was an amazing course. And yeah, they have amazing videos as well. And then also recently I've been getting into Gigi Young, who someone told me about, and I feel like I've seen videos from her years ago too, but I just now like subscribed and I'm watching videos, and I really like everything she has to say too. I think Bridget and Gigi are very interesting in the way that like I'm inspired by them, like because I'm not niching down. I'm talking about all these different topics that are interconnected, and I'm all about that. And then also Mama Shell, who is controversial, and I don't know why, but Mama Shell, I found her on TikTok, now I'm watching her YouTube. She's someone I resonate with immensely currently, and I have learned a lot from. I found her because I was searching stuff about the moon, and I found that she actually feels the same way I do, that it's siphoning our energy, and I haven't heard any other person talking about that. So that's cool that we agree on that, and I haven't heard anything from her that I disagree with. So I really like Mama Shell. And then someone I like that's like a mom YouTuber who used to be a travel YouTuber turned mom YouTuber who I can relate to is Hey Shayla. She's not into like the whole spirit. I'm sure she is. She's getting there. She posts more mom content. Hey Shayla. She's amazing. She's into the whole Montessori thing, cloth diapering like I'm into. She's like an eco mom, and we love to see it, right? So also I watch the Hapa family and the Hart YouTube channel. The Hapa family is great with Montessori, which if you're not a parent, then you don't have to pay attention to this, but if you are, they're amazing, okay? It's just like a nice philosophy and way to parent kids. So I like that, and Hart is cool too for Montessori. And then the YouTubers that I watch that are about like sustainability and eco-friendliness are Shelbizleee, who thinks fluoride's good for you, so that's my only critique, and Gittemary Johansen. Gittemary, can't say your name, and you have such an amazing accent, I love it. Gittemary is one of my favorite YouTube channels. She is amazing, she knows her stuff, I love her attitude. Shelbizleee is great too, okay? It's just I cringe when she talks about fluoride. But I love her. They're both so smart. They're both so into sustainability. And I just like watching their channels because it makes me feel good. And then also just two more just kind of random YouTube channels that I don't know which category to put them into, who I've been watching lately is John Solo, okay? He talks about like the history of things, like the messed up origins of things, and I think that's cool because like I said, I'm a nerd and I absorb information and I'm interested in the messed up origins of things. And then I love me some Jubilee. I'm not gonna lie, I love me some Jubilee. Just because I think they talk about social issues and it's interesting to hear different people's perspectives and have beneficial debates and conversations and bring up these important social issues. And last question, how did this change your life? So spirituality, philosophy, knowledge, trusting my intuition, it's just made me an overall happy person. And of course, when you dive deep down this rabbit hole, you're gonna be mad at the government in the world for creating money and jobs and schooling when you just want to embrace the fact that we came onto this giant floating rock through an amazing vagina portal, and now there's all these things we're supposed to do, but you eventually learn how to control that and integrate that into improving the world instead. And I promise you will always be happy once you overcome those negative emotions of anger towards how the world is. You will embrace the fact that you can help change it. So that's how it's changed my life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.